Good evening, wrestling fans from the world-famous AWL Arena in Tokyo, Japan. This is the Animated Wrestling League, episode 367, AWL Hontai, on your screens through your YouTube windows, straight into your homes. We thank you for letting us join you this evening. Please hit that subscribe button, hit like, give us a comment, do whatever you want to do to support the Animated Wrestling League. In our opening contest tonight, Yin and Yang, the original tag team, one-on-one against each other, with the winner entering the AWL Best Four for the Joshi division. Tonight is all about the Joshi division, the women's division, because in our main event, Lupe Peligro, the luchadora from Veracruz, Mexico, will be defending the AWL Joshi Championship against Betty Bubbles, of all people. We'll talk more about that as we get to it. Looking at the win-loss records coming into this match, Yin and Yang, a tag team, they're fairly close to each other. Yin, with the blue hair and the white outfit, is 19 and 17 in her AWL main season career, ratio of +2. Yang, with the red hair, is 22 and 19, and a super arm drag off of the red rope. The Hinamaru of the only a one count there early in the contest. Got a lot of tag team action tonight, and this is going to be a shorter episode than usual. I'll explain why when we get to it. Let's just leave it at that. But I do have an announcement to make a little bit later this evening. And oh, beautiful counter. Not entirely sure what Yang was going for there, but Yin gets a perfect response to it. Gives a perfect response to it. And remember, these two, they've been a tag team literally since the beginning of existence. Yin from the light side of the human psyche, Yang from the dark side of the human psyche. The original tag team, closer than sisters, closer than twins, closer than lovers. They are two halves of the same coin, as every great tag team should be. You notice how easily Yang countered Yin's attempt at the Hurricane Rana there. Uraken, the spinning back fist by Yang. Going for the cover, senior official Joey Baba Ganoush of the famous Baba Ganoush wrestling family gives us a 2 count. Yin able to kick out before that final and fatal 3 count could be registered. We also have what do we have here going? Oh, beautiful counter yet again. This has been a clinic of counter wrestling so far. I love this. 1, no. We're starting to build up towards Champions Week, which will be our mid-season event coming up by the end of the month, I believe. As Yin going up top, taking Psyche. No, big splash. I thought you were going to go for the Psyche, for the full circle, but didn't quite go for that. Went for a big splash instead. Maybe trying to surprise her sister and sliding into a seated bow and arrow lock, as opposed to the longbow bow and arrow lock. And Yang in trouble here. The referee checking for a submission. Would have to be a verbal submission. You can get someone to tap a lot easier than get them to physically say, "I quit." But you never know. Here we go. Irish whip over the top rope. And down to the floor goes Yin. And I should point out, in these contenders matches, this fight for 4, fight to get into the best 4 of the division, any method of victory is valid. So count out, submissions, it doesn't matter. So you count out, disqualification, submission, pinfall, knockout, doesn't matter. Uraken yet again, no! Yin just standing up, going for the powerbomb here, I think. Yes! Simple jackknife powerbomb. And Yin's got to be thinking duality driver here. But Yang knows that, it's her finisher as well. He saw it so well, it's a duality driver! Into the cover, 1, 2... No! Yang just barely kicks out of the duality driver. The original AWL World's Tag Team Champions back in Season 0, when we were still allowed to do intergender wrestling. Curse the Tokyo Athletic Commission. Well, not curse to the point they take our license away, of course. Lariato, combination by Yin. The light side of the human psyche, light overcoming darkness, possibly here in the Animated Wrestling League. And Vintage Yin with the spin kick combination, and boom, full force right into the chest of her partner. These two have not held anything back here. And I think, yeah, going for it again. Is she going to lock in? Yes, Isatsuwaza. Duality Driver from Yin and Yang. And that music was going to play regardless. Yin picking up the victory. She will join the AWL Best 4 in the bottom rank, filling out the ranks of the Best 4. Beautiful avalanche arm drag. And a good job on the camera crew getting that one. That was quite nice. The spinning back fist, the Uraken. She's won matches with that. But it was in the end the Duality Doraiba. And I believe our graphics department does have the updated Best 4 rankings. Is that correct? For the Joshi division, yes. Betty Bubbles makes her challenge tonight in the main event. But then it's Akira Merene, Kaizo Beast, and Yin ready to challenge for the red leather of the Joshi division. We move now to the tag team divisions, plural, and we're going to check out this week in tag team wrestling. Starting off in the Joshi tag team division, the Puro Sentai Wrestle Ranger team, Wrestle Yellow and Wrestle Pink, versus the second generation British wrestlers, Emily Nagasaki in the ring, and her partner, Lady Smooth, Jessica Kidd, on the outside in a beautiful roll-up combination sequence, picking up a victory for UK Gen 2. Taking a look over at the tag team rankings. Here are your winners, UK Gen 2! And that victory brings UK Gen 2 out of the basement of the Joshi Division win-loss records. We also had the intergenerational team of Majiku and El Hijo de Majiku facing the newly formed team, apparently now officially known as Pretty Sumo. Very Pretty Sumo. The retired sumo wrestler Hoen Noyama getting taken for a tour of the four corners of the ring by El Hijo del Majiku for the giant swing. That is a sumo wrestler, a small sumo wrestler. That's why he kind of washed out of the top divisions, but a sumo wrestler nonetheless. And the fans giving an appropriate accolade for that. He's the Endless Light, his family finishing maneuver. The Satsuwaza Endless Light. 1, 2. That would have been 3. Notice Hoen Noyama not kicking out immediately. And in the end, Jumon casting the spell. The spell of submission, the spell of la mystica. And a victory with the inherited maneuvers passed down through the generations of Casa de Majiku. Here are your winners, Familia! And that will help Familia in the tag team rankings as well. We're looking to solidify our tag team best 4 a little bit later this season. However, I do have some unfortunate news to announce. We were scheduled to have a match between the Flying Yukis and the IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team Champions, the United Empire. Unfortunately, the Flying Yukis did not show up to work. We don't exactly know what happened, why they weren't there. Nobody's been able to contact them. And frankly, the front office has been busy making massive apologies to the United Empire. As a result, the Flying Yukis have lost this match by forfeit, and this is a win for the United Empire team of Jeff Cobb and the Dominator, Great Khan. All hail. We will bring you more on this story as we find out about it. Very rare for anyone to no-show an AWL event. We move on now to our featured tag team match, and the newly registered team of Wyvern and the Great Tanuki versus the Forces of the Pit. Let's see what this new team has in store for us.
The following tag team contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, making his way from Tokyo, Japan, the bearer of the sigil, Wyvern!
And the Dragon Fire illuminates the AWL arena as in days gone by. We saw Wyvern with the Great Tanuki in his corner a couple of weeks ago, but I didn't know they were planning to actually register as a tag team. Of course, Wyvern's most recent tag team partner, Shenron, lost to him in the brand split. Shenron now over on AWL Strong and Free. Wyvern here at AWL Hontai. And the Double Dragons split up by the brand extension. And I believe this is the first time we're actually seeing the full entrance of the Great Tanuki, one of the most recent graduates of the AWL Dojo. And there you see him emerging.
His partner making his way from Shinomori, the Great Tanuki.
Making his way to us from the mysterious forest. Interesting to not really learn anything there. And though if you've seen this entrance before, I think we all have, I'm a little curious where this is coming from. We don't know anything about the Great Tanuki, about his past or whatever connection he has. Definitely not human, we know that much. But are his connections to the light or dark side of the spirit world? Oh, for Christ's sake.
Introduce him first. Accompanied by Gilson.
I thought we got rid of you.
Dark side of the moon.
Now, Gyokdo, the Dark Rabbit of the Moon, a member of the Pit. They've been all out of sorts lately with their leader, their master, I think, Gambahishi Dark, seemingly vanished from the Animated Wrestling League after losing the AWL Grand Championship to the reigning champion, Matt Classic Sr. To be defeated by a mere mortal, an embarrassment to the forces of evil that represent the Pit. But they are not without power and influence. Not only does this tag team have a shot coming up against the AWL World's Tag Team Champions, Tiger Mask Double, but this has been a bit of a feud between Wyvern and Gyokdo, with both men trading membership of the Best Four. Gyokdo currently the number 4 wrestler in the AWL Best Four, and he took that slot from Wyvern.
And his partner, making his way from the underworld. So,
At AWL 365, 2 episodes ago, Wyvern defeated Sombo no Yaiba one-on-one to earn his place into the Best Four, the place he would subsequently lose to Gyokdo. So trading wins back and forth in singles competition, 3 of the 4 members of this tag team match. But this is the first time that they will have met 2-on-2. And of course, number 1 ranked versus an unranked team, you would expect the Pit to have a clear and easy victory here. But if this unknown force of Wyvern and the Great Tanuki could defeat Sombo no Yaiba and Gyokdo, that would mean a massive upheaval of the tag team title picture. So we will see what we will see. We're starting off Wyvern and Gyokdo, the Dark Rabbit of the Moon. 15 minutes on the clock. Call for the bell. Bang a gong. We are on. And vertical suplex Tachiai to the Dark Rabbit Gyokdo. And the 2 young high-flying speedsters. Right hand by Wyvern. Goes for a flying dropkick. Sidestepped. Exchanging strikes here. Not really grappling, not really flying. Just punching each other. Early days in the match. A huge open palm strike to the chest by Gyokdo. Head first into the turnbuckle. A tag made. Tag Kogeki opportunity here. And double super kicks as the blade that cuts between life and death. The monster, the beast from the underworld, Sombo no Yaiba, now in his sophomore year in the Animated Wrestling League. One of the most dangerous creatures in this company. I say creature because I'm not entirely sure he's human. Sombo no Yaiba, 16 and 10 in his AWL career. And look at that! Belly to belly, overhead release suplex like it was absolutely frickin' nothing. The power of Sombo no Yaiba on display as it is in every single one of his matches. And Wyvern just trying to force the boot of Sombo no Yaiba off of his own stomach. Plenty of time here, only 90 seconds in. Gut wrench from a deadlift, like Wyvern weighs absolutely nothing. And Wyvern's gonna have to. Wait a minute, what's he doing? Wait a minute! Oh yes, Shinjinai Sunrise! Hisatsuwaza Shinjinai Sunrise! I don't know what! Ladies and gentlemen, do the words upset of the century hold any meaning for you? I mean, Wyvern was knocked loopy by those kicks, but check this out. Shinjinai Sunrise pulls it out of absolutely frickin' nowhere. And that's 3!
Here are your winners, Wyvern and the great Tanuki!
Can we say upset? This team in their first match teaming together just beat the #1 contenders to the World's Tag Team titles. Okay, next week we are going to have a bit of a tag matsuri as we sort out the best 4. But right now, this is the top tag team ready to challenge for the belts. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the shit's about to hit the fan.
The following contest is your main event of the evening. It is scheduled for 1 fall, 1 submission and knockout to decide the winner. And it is for the Animated Wrestling League Joshi Championship.
Betty Bubbles has exactly 3 wins in her AWL career. 2 of them at the hands, at the expense of Akira Merune, the Mistress of 1,000 Holds. The 3rd against the Joshi champion. And you know the rules. You beat the champion, you face the champion. Victory in the non-title match, earning Betty Bubbles this opportunity to prove once and for all that she is not a fluke. Though you would kind of hope that she'd have taken this match seriously enough to buy some knee pads or some elbow pads or some decent ring boots, but you know what? Dancing with what brought you, I don't blame you. Champion making us wait here. Lupe Peligro likes to make a show of things, likes to show off a little bit on her way in, showing off the fact she is the AWL Joshi champion. Almost the exact opposite record of Betty Bubbles, 12 and 4 in her AWL career. And a lot more of the pyro budget. Lupe Peligro, a veteran luchadora in her native Mexico. Relative rookie here in the AWL. Like I said, she's only had a total of 16 matches in the AWL. But she's won a lot more than she's lost, and she is the AWL Joshi champion. She is, in fact, checking out the stats here, a 2-time Joshi champion and currently the 11th champion with 1 victory under her belt. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to try something we haven't done before. We're going to try and do picture-in-picture. It may not be restaurant quality, but we're going to show you exactly how we got to this incredibly unlikely situation. This was at AWL 364, and what you have to think was a lucky shot, a big right hand right to the face of the most successful female wrestler in company history, somehow getting a 1, 2, 3 for Betty Bubbles. That got her a non-title match with the champion, and I think this was basically Lupe Peligro trying to show off against her rival, Akira Merune. Hey, this girl who beat you, I'm going to take care of her in 3 minutes. Well, not exactly. It took about 5, and Betty Bubbles, again with that haymaker, getting the victory yet again. And you beat the champion, you face the champion. That's how we find ourselves here at AWL 367, looking to maybe crown the most unlikely Joshi champion of all time. Alright, this is your main event. I want to say it's a big fight field, but it isn't. It really, really is not. There you see the red leather of the Joshi division. Let's go to the official introductions.
Introducing first the challenger, fighting out of Aoyama, Japan. Somehow, Betty Bubble!
She's the #1 contender.
And her opponent, she's the reigning and defending Animated Wrestling League Joshi champion. Tonight, making her second title defense. Fighting out of Veracruz, Mexico, the knockout queen, Lupe Peligro. This is an officially sanctioned Joshi Championship match under the auspices of the Animated Wrestling League. AWL Commissioner presiding. At the sound of the bell, AWL Senior Official Joey Babaganush in charge.
And the one thing that Lupe Peligro dare not do tonight is underestimate Betty Bubbles. That could cost her the championship. 30 minutes on the clock, standard for all title matches, and Betty Bubbles immediately ducking out of the ring. Now, we've seen in her few successful matches that Betty Bubbles is the queen of the escape. She's incredibly good at not being where her opponents expect her to be, and that has served her quite well. As you see in what is essentially an out-of-the-ring tachiai. Oh, swinging neck breaker into a rather cool-looking splash. She does have an athletic background, a gymnastics background. I believe she did some cheerleading as well. As the referee gets up to 6 of 20, and Betty Bubbles dodges that drop kick. Again, not being where her opponent expects her to be. The champion's advantage, of course, in play here. And oh! Shades of Ruby Soho. An inspiration to a generation of female wrestlers. Twisting on the head now, and this is actually pretty smart. Keep your hands on Betty Bubbles so you know exactly where she is, and she's not going to try and fly away from you or just vanish into the wind the way she's known to. Into the cover. One. No, not even a 1 count. Betty Bubbles kicking out. This has the potential. This could go on a while. You never know. Oh, and you got to watch out for the fist. But every match that Betty Bubbles has won in the AWL, I went back and checked her first match against Akira Marinette from a couple seasons ago, actually. And again, she won by grabbing the hair, or in this case the mask of her opponent, and just slugging her right in the face. A move of dubious legality, but she still managed to win from it, and that's another way to hit someone in the face. Referee's not going to disqualify for a closed fist in a championship match. That's going to be the referee's discretion, I think. And speaking of the referee, senior official Joey Babaganush of the famous Babaganush wrestling family goes down, and Betty Bubbles going for that Greco-Roman throat hold. And now the sidewalk, oh no, backbreaker. And wait, a double backbreaker on a woman much larger than herself. Lateral press, no hook of the leg, which means an easy kick out for Lupe Peligro. And Lupe Peligro looking for that. She's going to be looking for that slingshot drop. Oh, spear! Spearing Betty Bubbles right out of her probably way overpriced high heels. Seriously, is she wrestling in heels? No, she isn't, but she's not wrestling in wrestling boots either. 1, 2, 3 minutes into the contest. Betty Bubbles giving the champion a fight for her money here, as Betty Bubbles may be in trouble here, as Lupe Peligro looking for that knockout drop kick, a springboard. Boom! Unable to dodge it this time. 1, 2, 3. You know what? It was probably inevitable. But Lupe Peligro, still your champion. Betty Bubbles. Let's take a look at some of the replays here. Betty Bubbles putting in a good fight. you know, this girl's got some potential. I think she just needs to find a coach, quite frankly. She needs to find someone to train her. Needs to go back to the AWL dojo, maybe, for a refresher course. Look at that. Doesn't even hook the leg. She could have done something serious there. That was the spear that started it. It would be the springboard drop kick that would end it. But forcing the champion into some desperate tactics, Betty Bubbles didn't embarrass herself tonight. And that's going to do it for us tonight on AWL Hontai. And there you see the knockout drop kick. That was the end of the match, the Count Academic at that point. Thank you for watching. Please smash that subscribe button, hit like, enable notifications, ring the bell. Ring the bell! It's a wrestling show, why not?
Here is your winner, and still Anime Wrestling League Joshi Champion, Lupe Peligro.
Thank you for watching, ladies and gentlemen. That decides it, or as I say in Japanese every week, これで決まりだ.